Hi, welcome back to the channel. I'm Michelle, and today I'm going to be joining in another secular collab video. This one is hosted by Melissa from the M Word by Melissa. I will link the playlist down below for everyone to see. So this is a pretty open collab. It's just December. What are you doing for December? Could be whatever you want. So I already shared my December plans. I'll link that above, both our Santa Claus study and our Advent study. We are Christian, specifically Lutheran, specifically the ELCA denomination. So if you're curious what's going on with us during the month of December, you can watch those videos. But I thought it would be fun to show you a day in the life of December, because December is definitely different than the other months of the year. It's a slower pace. Again, we have that Santa Claus study we're doing. We're doing an Advent study as well. So I thought it'd be great to show you. So it is 9:15. To catch you up, I have done my chores already. So I put a load of laundry in. I watered all the plants. That's why you see these out. I had to trim all these and put some fresh water in there. And my kids have done their stuff, although my 7-year-old is still sleeping. So I don't know if she's growing or if she's just really tired. We did stay up late watching Christmas movies last night, another thing we do. So the schedule is a little looser. I like to start at 9 a.m. usually, but again, schedule's a little different this month. And also, if she wants to sleep in, that's perfectly fine. The rest of us will get started on our work. And if we're done by the time it's time for her to start, then she will have to wait to do her independent work with me till after group work. So it's kind of a motivator that if you want to be done, you make sure you're up on time and ready to go, or you have to do work after group work. Usually we end the day with group work. So I did that. I also made my kids' lunches, as you can see here. So are we going anywhere? No. But I find making lunches super easy. They can grab it when they're done. I have an 11-year-old, almost 11-year-old, a 7-year-old, and almost 4-year-old. They can all finish at different times, and instead of me stopping what I'm doing, they can just pick their lunch and grab it. So I'll flip you around, show you what we have. So this is my 7-year-old, my almost 11-year-old, and my almost 4-year-old. And it's just peanut butter and jelly. That's what we always do on Mondays. And these are veggie straws, some fruit snacks. And then when it is time, they'll pick their fruit. We have apples, oranges, or pears. The apples and pears, I could lemon juice them, but since we're home, I will just have them pick it, and I will cut it for them when it's time for fruit. I don't want it getting brown and mushy in the lunch boxes, especially since my 7-year-old is particularly sensitive to textures. So I will just cut their fruit when it's lunchtime. One thing I should mention about my videos, I don't share my kids' faces, I don't share their names, and that's for their own privacy. I don't think the internet is a place for children, but I do share kind of how our flow goes. So this is our calendar. As you can see, this is my 5th graders calendar, and this is my 1st/2nd grade 7-year-old calendar. And the only thing is we have a Santa study included in here. So my 5th grader's working on her work. She has health today, she has vocabulary, handwriting, and then we will do the textbook math together, and then she'll do the independent workbook by herself. So she's getting started on that, and I'm going to work with my 3-year-old. So I work with my 3-year-old in a separate room just because it's easier for everyone for concentration. So I got his work out, and we will get started with that. And these are just the little TV trays you can get at Walmart. Super easy to put away in the closet, but it's nice to have a work surface for everybody. With my 3-year-old, I use the same preschool curriculum I used with my other kids. So he has his letter tiles in here, and these are the sandpaper Montessori ones. We will go over all the letters. We do a letter a week. We are currently on O this week, so it's the first day since this is a Monday. So we will go over our letters. He will have a chance. This isn't a sheet protector. Again, reused it from previous kids. He will color this and trace his O. We will go over our number for the week and our shape. And then all of his stuff is already sorted in here. Again, this is used from my previous kids, so everything's organized, notes are made, schedule. So he will be tracing his letter O. we are going to be working with numbers and counting octopus. He's going to match some letters, and that is all he has to do today. And usually we've been doing this Monday through Thursday because he finishes his work before Friday, and Friday's more of a fun day at this point in our schedule. So while I was getting stuff ready, my 3-year-old was making garages for his cars, and he wanted me to show them. So these are the garages he made for all of his vehicles. Now it's time to start work.
You
gonna color your pictures? Owl. What letter is that?
B.
What does the B say?
B.
Ba.
B.
For bear. Good job. Which activity do you want to do? This one?
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're going to use our numbers for this one. Can you take it off?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to count how many octopus we have, okay? All right, for this, I do have the Montessori tiles as well. So how many do we have? Can we count them?
And mommy.
That's the mommy, and those are the babies?
No, the mommy, daddy.
Okay, and who's that?
A big, a itty thing.
All right, let's count them. 1, 2, 3. Which one of these is 3?
This one.
Is that 3? Let's see. Nope, that's 5. Can you find 3?
This one.
No, that's 4. You're getting closer though. There we go, that's 3. So let's put it right here. Ready? Let's count them. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Do you want to add some? Or do you want to take some away?
Take some away.
Okay, if you take those 2 away, how many do we have? How many are left?
Beep.
Oh, we're adding some?
Yeah, baby.
Okay, how about one more?
Yeah, remember.
Okay, let's count them. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. So which of these is 4?
This one.
This one?
This one, Mom. This one.
Let's see. This is 5. So which of these is 4, do you think? Very good. 4. All right. All right, I'm going to put 2. Can you put one more on there? Which octopus is going to go? 1, 2. Very good. So she is starting Brown Girl Dreaming. So she read the first couple. So she read to page 32. She's going to answer the questions. She had a question on a dialect. So we briefly went over that. And she has to give an example of something that would commonly be said but doesn't necessarily follow the English speaking rules, which we all know is a lot of things. So she's going to fill that out while I go back to my 3-year-old. So this is the next activity he chose. I just used the Melissa and Doug letters in here. And I do sort the letters, so all the ones here he has to choose from because we're looking for letter recognition. And if I put this giant thing out for a 3-year-old, I think that's a bit much. So he will just match the letters already pre-sorted. Oh, you found your S. And you, good job. He's got a little tail, huh?
No, not.
Yeah, this one doesn't have a tail like that one. But you're right, it's a U. O. P, good job. So my 3-year-old just finished all his work for today, and he likes to watch a Leapfrog movie after we're done. I think Letter Factory is a great way for young kids to learn their letter sounds. So I put that on and then clean up all the letter tiles and things that we have out. So it is 9:45. My 7-year-old is finally out of bed. She's having breakfast. My 3-year-old is watching Leapfrog. And again, I only worked with him for maybe 20-25 minutes and he's done for the day. So he's watching his Leapfrog video, and that's about half an hour long. My 5th grader is finishing up her independent work, and I'm sure we'll start math in a minute here. Once my 7-year-old finishes breakfast and does all the things she needs to do, I will lay out her work. But right now, since I have a little break, I'm going to go switch the laundry that I put in this morning. That way it can be done in time. When the kids are done, they can fold it and put it away. So it is 9:55, and my daughter has finished lightning literature, her vocab, health, handwriting. Now it looks like we're going to start math, and she has a practice. So Dimensions has a lot of practice problems in it. So I will narrow it down, especially these practice pages, because keep in mind she's going to be doing all of the practice pages in here. So we're going to run through a couple of these together, and then she will go straight into the practice problems in the workbook. And again, I narrow those down because I think this is a lot. If she's getting the concept, she doesn't need to do 50 problems. So we'll go through a couple of these, and then I have her do this independently. So my 7-year-old is doing this is what I have her do for handwriting. It's kind of like Explode the Code. That's because she finished her handwriting without tears. So this is a combination of handwriting and phonics practice. I always have this up in case she needs it. She'll be doing her textbook lesson with me today in Dimensions 1B. And she's also been working through this workbook with me, and it's been really helpful for both of us, so I highly recommend this. We are about not even halfway through the book, and it's really come in handy. I also keep this number chart up for her for math in case she needs a refresher, because sometimes she does reverse her numbers. All right, now we're going to move on to math. We're going to be working on grouping. So we have 12 crayons, right, on this tray, and we want to put 3 crayons. So each group is going to have 3 crayons. How many groups can we make? You can draw it if you want, or circle it.
4 groups of 3.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very good. 4 groups of 3.
Yeah, because I was going.
You saw it in your head?
I saw it in lines.
Very good. So that's what that's talking about. Divide 15 puppies into groups of 3 for bedtime. So there's 15 puppies here, right? There's 3 each. How many groups did they make?
3 in each group.
There's 3 in each group. So how many groups do we have?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So you're right by there. You have 5 groups of 3 puppies. Okay, there are 8 sandwiches. 3, 6, 7, 8, right? Each bag can hold 2 sandwiches. So how many bags do we need for all the sandwiches?
Okay.
Each bag can hold 2. You can draw a circle around them if it's easier. Okay, that's 1 bag. So how many bags do we need altogether?
1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, 4. So I'm going to move on to this with my 7-year-old. My 3-year-old is getting his lunch out of the fridge. We're going to do activity 6. Sometimes it's hard to know what helps us or harms us when we're trying to get things done. So I created a list below. Imagine you're trying to finish an assignment before the deadline. Which activities would help you get it done? Circle the activities that would be helpful. Would feeling hungry be helpful?
No.
No. Would using a timer be helpful? Let you know when you need to get your work done?
Yeah.
So circle that one. Listening to music, would that be helpful for you?
No.
No. That could be helpful to some, but does it work for you? No. Being around other people, having people around you, is that helpful? No? Making a list of things you need to do, like a checklist, would that be helpful?
Yeah. Why you put this in my bus?
It's fruit snacks. Is sitting helpful when you're trying to get stuff done? Or you like to move, right?
Yeah.
What about standing?
No.
Turning off the TV and the tablet, would that be helpful?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We basically. No. We do that all the time.
What about keeping the pets away, so like the dog?
Yeah, that also helps.
Yeah. Grant can get
Mom.
pesty sometimes.
Very pesty when I have an egg.
Picturing the goal, so imagining you're done with the work. Does that help you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Mommy. Now we're up for free.
Okay, Eve's doing her work. Having a small bowl of food to snack on. Does having something to snack on help you do your work or no?
No.
No. Taking a walk before starting the work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes that helps me.
Getting a drink of water. Closing the door or the window so you don't hear anything. Holding a toy or object while you're working. Does that help? No? Okay. So these are the things you can do when you're trying to work. Like, does everything work for you?
No.
No. So you know the things you can use that will help keep you on track and getting your things done. It is 10:26. My 5th grader is done with all of her independent work. She just has group work left. And now she does not have IEW this week because she finished the last week. Last week she finished the level of IEW, so this is her week break off from writing. We will bring in lightning literature writing next week, but this is her week off for writing, kind of like you finished. So my 5th grader and 3-year-old chose, wow, that's really bright. There's a skylight above me, if you're wondering why. Chose pears for lunch, so I cut those up really quick while I go finish language arts with my 7-year-old, and she has asked that I don't film her reading, and I completely respect that. My kids have an option whether or not they want to have any of their stuff talked about or filmed, so I will not film that part, but she's okay with me filming core knowledge language arts. So we're going to go do all about reading level 2, and then we'll do core knowledge language arts while my other 2 kids have lunch. So real quick, this is the pile of stuff I have to correct from my 5th grader, and I will do this once we finish, but we have math, we have language arts, handwriting, vocab in there, so that's my homework. She is currently on lesson 42 and all about reading level 2, so she's going to read this page and this page, and then we'll move on to core knowledge language arts. It is 11:13, so we've moved on to core knowledge language arts, and for that I have the teacher guide on my Samsung tablet. It's just a domain review, so we're just going over what we've talked about, and we've been doing ancient Greece. So we're going to take the review cards that are on my kid's Fire tablet, and she's going to pick a card out of there and act it out. I have to guess what it is, and then we'll reverse. I will pick a card, act it out, and she has to guess who it was or what part of ancient Greece I'm talking about. And then we will be doing a riddle game where I give her a riddle and she has to guess the person or the place in ancient Greece. So that's what we're going to do now. All right, here's the next riddle. I was used to help King Xerxes transport thousands of Persian soldiers into Greece. What am I? How did he get his soldiers across the water? What did he... Yeah, what did they do with their boats? Do you remember?
They rounded them up with bridges.
Yeah, so they could just run across them, right? I was a great philosopher who lived very simply and always asked questions. Who always asked questions? Socrates or Aristotle?
Socrates.
Yeah, that's why we call it the Socratic method, right? I was a great philosopher who opened a school called the Academy. Am I Socrates or Plato?
Plato.
Very good. I was a great philosopher who believed in balance and whose studies in science are still used today. Aristotle or Socrates? Nope, Aristotle. I was tamed by Alexander the Great when he was a young boy. What am I? What did he get on that none of the other people could ride? Remember Alexander the Great, who was his teacher? Aristotle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Aristotle taught him to always observe things. So what did he observe about this animal that nobody else did?
That is an elephant.
No, that was during a battle. What did he ride? That was really wild. And every time somebody got on it, they were thrown off it.
The wild horse.
Yeah, so what did he observe about the horse?
That he was scared of his shadow.
Yeah, he observed he was scared of his shadow, and that's why he kept jumping. So he took, what did he do to the horse?
He gave him sugar.
He gave him sugar, so he'd be nice, and then how did he stop him from being scared of his shadow? What did he do?
He turned him around.
You turned him away from the sun, right? Very good. So it is 11:20. My 7-year-old just finished her independent work. So she's having lunch now. My 3-year-old is upstairs in his room for his quiet time. Sometimes he naps. Sometimes he just looks at books for a little bit, but he usually comes down after about an hour. So I'm going to take this opportunity. I'm making myself some tea right now. I'm going to have a snack. I won't eat lunch until we're done with school, and that's just because I eat breakfast later than everyone else because of the medicine I take. I have to take it on an empty stomach for an hour, and so I'm not hungry for lunch, but I will have a snack and a cup of tea because it's really cold today. So my 7-year-old is finishing her lunch up, 3-year-old's upstairs. I believe he's napping, and then my 5th grader has been finished for a while now. She's just been playing with her toys. But I will take this opportunity now to put some of the dishes away that were drying and put lunch boxes in the dishwasher and clean up a little bit and check on that load of laundry. But that little in-between time where I can do a couple little chores to get the day running smoother. Also, that way when I'm done with school, I don't have dishes piled up everywhere. I don't have all these things to do. I can relax after school's done. So this is what my 5th grader's been working on. She wanted me to show it on camera. She's been making some beds for the Barbies, kind of like hammocks. And when my tea is ready, I'm going to actually sit down and start going through this pile of stuff and see if there's anything we need to go through together. It is 11:42 and we are moving on to history. We're doing the Oh Freedom, U.S. history. So we are on day 1. So we're going to read chapter 5 in Heart and Soul. And that didn't look too long, just a couple pages. And then we already finished the read aloud because I had to be due back to the library. And then we will watch one of these, probably the PBS thing. And I love that it has all the links to everything. So I have it brought up on my computer here and I just screen project it to the TV. So we will read chapter 5, we will watch a video, have a discussion, and that will be history for today.
All the people who are in one minister, who have to lie awake nights contriving to spend their...
It is noon, so we're going to be starting our Santa Claus study. So last week we focused on St. Nicholas, so now we're going to focus on the transition from St. Nicholas to Santa Claus. So we're going to be looking at different interpretations of Santa Claus this week. So we're going to be talking about what I said, this book, Inventing Christmas, and a lot of the books I shared. I'll link up above the resources for the Santa Claus study. But we'll be talking about the different interpretations of that. We'll be reading some stories of Santa. We're going to be looking at some of the Norman Rockwell imagery of Santa, and this goes into some of the history of Santa as well as the modern day interpretations of Santa, what he looks like now. And then for our activity, we're going to be doing an Art for Kids Hub video where we're going to draw Santa and we're going to have the kids kind of draw their interpretation of it, whether it be a different race, tall, short, whatever their interpretation is of it. But I want to go over different interpretations first. It is 1:20. We just finished our picture. So this is my 3-year-old. I believe this is a chimney or a ladder, and this is Santa over here. This is my 7-year-old. She did Santa and Mrs. Claus, and that's the moon and the sky in the background. This is my 5th grader. She did lots of details. I really like her house. And she's got a tree, and she's got different cookies there. M&M, chocolate chip, and oatmeal, cranberry. And then this is mine. I just did a chimney, some lights. And he's got a chocolate chip cookie. Best cookie ever. But those are our interpretations of Santa. So that is our December day in the life of homeschooling. Like I said, we finished around 1:20, but we spent a lot of time decorating our Santa pictures and stuff. And again, it was for fun. So we really have been enjoying our Santa Claus study. So make sure you check the playlist and see what everybody else is doing for December. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below. If not, thank you for watching.